Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Morning and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bruce Lee. My co-host is Sid Roeder. Good morning, Sid.
Good morning, Bruce. It's good to have you back.
It's good to be here, and I think we need to change the name of our show today.
The
name of the show today is Fun with Sid.
Oh, please. No, let's leave it with Senior Moments.
Okay, this is the Senior Moment Show, also known as Fun with Sid today. Anyway, Sid, before we get started, we'll explain that in a second. Before we get started, who's our sponsor?
Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group that has dedicated their time and efforts to provide information to seniors, their family member, and really anybody who cares. And if you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for us, someone you would like to see us invite for this show, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406.
Thank you, Sid, and also just a thank you to the members of the Empowering Seniors Group, because really, I don't know if the listeners really understand that they have to pay. We pay for the show, and we get the money from the Empowering Seniors Group, and our purpose is to be educational, and so we really are appreciative that that group of people is they're out there and they're willing to help us to do this. So, thank you to that group. Okay, well, Fun with Sid.
Oh, great.
Fun with Sid. So today, occasionally what we like to do is we like to have ourselves as the guest, and today Sid is the guest. We're going to talk with Sid about what she does professionally, or one of the things that she does, because she does multiple things actually.
I do, yes.
She's a busy girl, but we're going to talk about one of them, and that's her real estate background, which is really where you started with this, right, Sid?
Absolutely, yeah. It's real estate. When we came here in 2011, I was a real estate agent over in Switzerland before we moved here. And so it was clear to me that I wanted to be in the same industry. So I got my license for Utah and Idaho in 2012, and been working in the industry since then, do residential and commercial. And that's my true love.
That's your true love, but it spawned another interest, which is?
Well, it kind of, with new construction, I got a little bit into the building science and things, and insulation interested me in particular with rising energy costs. So at the end of last year, we started an insulation company. And so we're out there doing that too.
Yeah, so that will keep you occupied.
I'm not bored.
You're not bored. Well, today, though, we're going to talk about real estate, and it's an interesting time to do that because there's quite a bit going out there as far as different market forces and whatnot. And so maybe we can get an update. Well, before I do that, you just mentioned real estate you love. Why is that?
Why is that? Because real estate is so much more than industry to me. It's what I enjoy about it, particularly on the residential side, is you're talking about something extremely personal. Not only are you dealing with people's funds in amounts that can make some people squirm, and take some trust, but you're dealing with homes, and that is so much more than just a building of some sorts. It's something where someone feels safe and secure, and hopefully things are in order.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about current market conditions in Cache Valley. That's one of the things we want to hit on.
Yep.
Okay. Just for fun, if we roll back the clock 2 years and look at things today, they look a little different, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do. The last little bit, the market has changed drastically. As probably most of our listeners know, the interest rate has gone up. It's over 7% now, kind of making some people squirm against in their seat, even though when you talk to people that are a bit more seasoned, the interest rates have been much higher than they are now.
How seasoned do you have to be to know that?
Well, you tell me, Bruce, are you seasoned enough to know?
I am seasoned enough. Yeah, I remember when they were higher.
Yes.
As high as 7% is right now, which is high. Based on what it's been, our first home was higher than that.
Yeah. See, yeah. So, it's really when you come in and how you perceive things. So I do see that some of the first-time home buyers feel that they're being nibbed a little bit, and it's harder for them. They have to come up with a larger down payment to make it even feasible. But as it is, it's a market, and a market is driven by different aspects, and that's just one of them. Due to that interest rate, we've also seen that the number of sales has reduced, and that we've got some value that's been reduced too, which maybe on a side note, I should mention that for Cache County, if next year rolls around, you might want to keep an eye on your property tax assessment and maybe talk to the county assessor.
Oh, yeah, because property values might be reduced.
Right. And so the assessors have to strive to match that, and I could see that might cause some people to want to go to the county. For someone
who is interested in that, how do they go about that? Do they need to have a new appraisal done?
Yeah, I've actually just talked to the county about that subject because in the past it's varied a little bit what they've accepted. My information over the last little bit had been that they actually only accept an appraisal, but I just talked to somebody, and a market analysis or broker price opinion from a real estate agent should do the job there. And so if you do feel that the prices have come down and your property values are not assessed properly, then I think the first step should be to contact your trusted real estate agent to create a market analysis for you, so you can potentially try to counteract that.
Is that something that's typically free for somebody to do, that an agent would provide that for them and not charge them, or is it typical for them to expect some type of a charge? How does that look?
I think you'll find all that and above. I, especially for my past clients, absolutely no discussion. I do that for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're starting to see some changes in the valley. I know we're coming up on our first break already, so I don't know where to go exactly with this question, but maybe just tease us a little bit and tell us what's going on in the marketplace as far as couple of general numbers.
Yeah, we've got. Let me just run over some of the general numbers here before we get out on our break. We've got the change in new listings from last year has been reduced by about 28% roughly. We've got about a 12% reduced closed sales number going on, and the median sales price has reduced by 5%. So it's definitely taken a little bit of a dip since last year, but there's some benefits to that too, and maybe we can talk about that after the break. So let me just mention really quick again, our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. This is the Senior Moments Show. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a pre-arranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts pre-arranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we have our Fun with Sid show. And we're talking with Sid Roeder, who is also my co-host, about her professional background and things she knows about, which one of them is real estate. And it's an interesting time in the real estate market. And before we went out to break, we were talking about some of the statistics that are out there, which they're down a little bit. But Sid, there's pluses and minuses there, aren't there?
Absolutely, absolutely. If you look at how the market was last year, it was a seller's market. You oftentimes, as a buyer, you had multiple offer situations where you were competing. You had to come up with extra cash. So there's always pro and con sides. And even on the seller side, it kind of depends on what your goals are that you're trying to achieve. If you're downsizing or upsizing, or you're moving out of area, I don't think you can ever just look at the market and say it's good or bad, because there's good and bad things about it. Some of the good things now is that there is not quite as strong a competition than it was last year, but there's still lower inventory. The days on the market are longer. Some sellers feel quicker that they want to drop the price. They're more amenable to negotiations. I'm seeing more and more that sellers will, pay buyers' closing costs and points buy down, things like that, even throwing in home warranties. And last year it was kind of the opposite. It was like, who could bring a little bit more cash and throw that in there and make it non-refundable after certain time frames, earnest money-wise. It's just market changes.
So fair to say that a lot of the gyrations in the market over the past 2.5, 3 years were influenced by COVID. Now, are we starting to see a return to a more normal marketplace, or do we still have effects from COVID that are still in play? What do you think?
I would definitely see, out of my perspective, that we're entering a more normal marketplace. I mean, even when you look on days on market, the Utah Association of Realtors says that a healthy days on market is 120 days. We're somewhere between 21 and 25 days on market on average right now. So that's not even scratching it right now. So we still have a good, healthy, strong market in cash.
Utah's kind of a hot market anyway. And
Utah
it was before COVID.
Absolutely. And that, I mean, I think even if we look further in the past, we've seen that Utah's strong economy has always kept us safe, and our dips have never been as low as some other parts of the country, and our rises have never been as crazy. So I think, just to maybe put that a little bit into perspective, if I look at the medium sales price year to date, between last year and this year. So the median sales price was $445,000 last year, and it's $425,000 this year. So even though I'm saying the market has dipped a little, it's 5%, it is not spectacular enough for me to go and say, everything's crashing down.
Those are Cache Valley numbers.
Those are cash. Yes, I should qualify this. I'm merely talking. I've only pulled Cache Valley data because Cache Valley is a little unique in itself too, and I don't want to compare it to the whole of Utah because that's not how our reach is with this radio show.
Well, this might be an unfair question because you may not be prepared with this, but Cache Valley versus an area like Salt Lake or Southern Utah or something like that, what does that look like?
Less volatile.
less volatile. So you see less gains, less losses. Is that true now? Do you see the same thing?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you give us a few more of the Cache Valley specific numbers and about what's going on in the marketplace here? As of right now, should someone be expecting to wait 100 days if their home lists? And are they gonna, should they really be thinking about maybe being more negotiable about that from the seller side?
Well, I think again, I would assume you have a trusted real estate agent that you're working with as a seller who is also going to help you understand where you sit in the market. Because all the statistics I'm throwing out, like the median price, in which market segment you fall, of course, also has an impact on what you're talking about. If you're going into the lower price segments, let's say up to $400,000, that is still the highest demand thing you
It's funny to me that we say the lower price segment is a $400,000 home now, and maybe that is my age speaking. but I have a question. What do the segments look like? How would you divide them?
Well, I mean, you can divide them as you please, and maybe 400,000 is actually scratching too close to the medium there. It's for first-time home buyers. There is hardly, just to give you maybe, or some people that are looking at specific things. Some of the townhouses, the older townhouses, are back to about a $270,000 range now, and everybody that knows Cache Valley, Logan in particular, knows which ones I'm talking about. For first-time home buyers, that's still, again, in a range where that's reachable. When it comes to single-family home, you hardly find anything that you can finance with a USDA or an FHA loan that is under $350,000. So that tells you that that's the hottest segment, because that's a price range where people can still afford homes.
Do you just divide there, or do you, as the prices go up, do you see different segmenting there as well? Or once you get above that, you're looking at just a different buyer, or what does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't bring that detailed statistic, but definitely if you hit over 700,000-800,000, it gets more sparse, because you do not have the same amount of buyers out there that qualify for that type of price range.
Okay, so what does the inventory look like, and what is happening with prices in Cache Valley?
Yeah, so the inventory, as I said, the inventory is down a little bit by 28%, roughly. That means, let me grab the right statistics here. So the new listings basically have reduced by 28%. And I think that is also based on one of the facts that a lot of the sellers don't feel like they can afford a replacement property. I think that's one of the biggest issues on the listing end, is that people are more reluctant because they don't know if they can, or maybe they've checked with the lender and they know for sure that they have a hard time financing a new property at the rates that we have now. And it depends on the equity in the home too, as you know. And maybe we need to make this more senior specific. A lot of the seniors that have a higher equity now might be an excellent time to do so, because you can find a replacement property without too much fighting with the buyer that are your competitors, and also depending on what area you're moving to.
Well, you stole my thunder, just like you always do. I'm just kidding, you didn't. But I did want to kind of talk about this from the perspective of maybe the seniors who are maybe in that situation where they need to downsize, or maybe they're looking to go to a different living situation. I want to talk about that a little bit more, but we're going to go out to break here. Before we do that, if people want to talk to you about a market analysis or something like that, how would they get in touch with you?
Oh, that's right. I should mention my own phone number, which I do at the beginning of every radio show.
Call Sid for multiple reasons.
Yeah, call me for multiple reasons. If you would like information about the real estate market, you can reach me at the same number. It's 435-512-6406. And as Bruce said, we're coming up on our second break here in a hurry, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
No problem, sweetie.
I can't believe you're able to fit everything in that little sedan.
Bye!
When they move out, you can move on to a house that fits your life. It's time to live in a space that fits your family.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
Let me help you to find a home that suits your needs and is less to take care of. Save money or even make money on the sale of your current home. Call me today at 512-6406, then list it, sell it, and move on.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we are talking with my favorite co-host, Sid Roeder.
Oh, thanks.
Sid is, among other things, a real estate specialist, a real estate agent here in Cache Valley, working for which agency?
Achievement Realty is my brokerage.
Yep, and she's been with them for a few years now.
Yeah, since 2019, I've been with Achievement. I've been with a couple others before that, but this is where I landed. And maybe one thing that might be worth mentioning too, I did mention it at the beginning of the show, I am also licensed in Idaho. I'm actually the designated broker for Idaho. So if our friends up there at the north end of Cache Valley have any needs, I would be delighted to help you also.
Sid is your person, or can be, if you need help. Well, we've talked about some of the statistics in Cache Valley. We understand the marketplace is down from what it was in 20, 21, 22. But we also know that it pretty much was guaranteed to be that way because that market was really out of control, and now it's a little bit different. I'm kind of curious. This is a Senior Moment Show. So for those of you who are out there that are maybe in a situation where your circumstances are changing and maybe you're looking at a different property because it's too big or becoming unmanageable, what kind of strategies should people be thinking about if that's a thought they're having?
I think really the number one thing is to analyze the situation. And that's why I always strongly recommend that you contact your trusted real estate agent if you don't have one. There are many really, really excellent, experienced real estate agents in the Valley. Maybe do a little bit of homework there, or you can call me and analyze your situations. Let's analyze what your plans are. Are you just trying to find a property in the same location or in a similar location and want something on a single level because the stairs don't work anymore? Is this, do you want to hold on to the property and maybe rent it out for a while to see if you're going to be in an independent living? There's so many pathways, and all of the real estate agents are going to be able to look at all the factors with you. Or like I discover a lot, obviously, is that some of the seniors are going in different places, out of state or down south, and acquiring real estate more in the St. George area. You can really have an agent help you analyze the current value, what makes sense, look at the equity in your home, talk to a lender without doing anything that is going to bind you to anyone until you've made a decision you want to proceed with the sale.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Sid. At what point does it become more than a favor, I guess? You know, if someone reaches out and says, hey, I'm looking for this, but at what point does it become more formal with the real estate agent? Is it appropriate to ask a real estate agent to sit down and go through that type of exercise with you, or is that really more if you're thinking more seriously about selling? What does that look like?
Yeah, I would dare say that any real estate agent in Cache Valley is going to be able to just sit down with you, do the analysis, and then have you decide if you want to proceed with the listing agreement and sell your property and then purchase a property. I think all of our agents here are dedicated to provide information and to clients, potential clients, and that way allow them to make a wise choice.
So it doesn't bother you as a real estate professional to have someone call you up and say, look, I'm really not interested in selling my home right now, but I have some questions about valuations, and I might be thinking of something in a year or 2 years or 3 years. You're okay to come sit down with them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would hope that when the time comes that individual remembers that I took the time to sit down there and then they choose to use me. But absolutely. I sit down with anybody and analyze their situation, help them make a wise choice for whatever it is. And I think most people, when they think about real estate, they think it's a profession that only has to do with sales. That is so untrue. I would dare say that the majority, at the very least, of all real estate agents are in real estate heart and blood. They understand what's involved here. This is about finding people's homes, getting them the best value in sales, and helping them with a huge financial decision at that point in time. It has less to do with sales, but with good customer service, giving good professional advice. And also, when the time is not right, I've done that with young folks where I felt it would be better for them to save up a little bit more money, work on their credit score. I've advised them to not start looking and get their heart broken, but to maybe work on things to make that a better experience. It's not real estate. There is so much more involved in that.
Well, I have always thought of sales as a way to provide service as well and help people. And so I can see your point with what you're talking about as far as being a real estate agent, being able to provide that service and help people. I think that's very good. Well, to that end, then, if someone is interested in talking with you, since we're getting ready to wrap up here, how should they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. My phone number is 435-512-6406. And I'm always happy to generate a market analysis for a current home so you can look at that and see what that would be like and also help you through the process if it's a good time for you to sell or not, or to purchase. So get in touch with me if you're interested. Again, this is the Senior Moments Show. We are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about them, do so online at empoweringseniors.info. And we hope you tune in again next week.